I'm Misty, RN Health and Wellness Coach. I'm a faith-based RN Wellness Coach, and I want to share my tribute to Rachel Ray this week. Is 30-minute meals. I just loved her growing up. I feel like growing up because I was a young mom with two busy kids and so many sports, and I just wanted a healthy meal, and I loved her personality. She gave me a really good, homey feeling whenever I watched her, and I want you to have the same thing when you watch me because she gave me a method of cooking healthy that I could give to my family. And I want to share that with you. Today's scripture is coming out of Romans chapter 12, and it is about our spiritual gifts. And the word for today is zeal and doing the things that we love with zeal. So it says gifts of grace. For by the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, do not think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. For as in one body we have many members, and the members do not all have the same function. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members of one another. Now listen, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. If prophecy, in proportion to our faith. If service, in our serving the one who teaches, in his teaching. The one who exhorts, in his exhortation. And the one who contributes in generosity. The one who leads with zeal. The one who does acts of mercy with cheerfulness. So think about that. Lead with zeal. You may be a mom, you may be an aunt, you may be a foster parent, you may be a grandparent, you may be a dad taking care of your family. And let me tell you what, you can lead with zeal. I want to give you easy ways to lead your family with zeal in the kitchen, and I want you to have easy ways to lead your family with zeal spiritually. And it is in God's word. It is how we do it. So let's get to it. Ready? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to show you what I'm doing today. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing today. So today it's going to be sausage meatballs, and they're going to be like with a Turkish flavor to them. And then it's going to be I've got 3 pounds of turkey sausage for two people, so that's a lot for us. So I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to do a double meal in 30 minutes. I'm going to do um, sausage patties for his breakfast, and he can throw them in the freezer and pull them out when he needs them in the morning so that he wants to start his day with a good healthy protein. I want him to start his day with a good healthy protein, and we need that for every cell in our body needs that protein. Every cell in our body, every chemical hormone reaction in our body needs that really good quality protein from a really lean animal meat that is not going to be causing inflammation in our bodies, right? So here we go. I'm turning my timer on first. I'm going to have my oven preheated to 375 for these meatballs. And what I'm going to do is put my timer on 30 minutes so that it will tell me when my time is up. Of course, y'all got to listen to me for 30 minutes. You really don't have to. I'm going to cheat in making rice. I'm going to look at pineapple rice that's on the recipe that's on my rice package, and I'm going to change it because, that's just what I do. And that's what you do too, right, as a cook. So here's my little cheat. That's going to boil my water very quickly. Those tea drinkers, we have an advantage. I'm going to get my pan out. My pan is here. When I was doing my other video, I dropped all my rice on the floor, so it was pre-washed over here in the sink. So I've got my rice ready to go. As soon as my water boils, turn this this stovetop on. I'm going to turn it on medium high. Get it ready. Get it nice and hot. Oh, okay. So water's getting ready to boil. Stove's on. Oven's on. And we are 1 minute in. Now we're going to the refrigerator. And we're going to grab our turkey. So we're going to Grab our coconut aminos. I need garlic. I need red pepper. I'm gonna get two of them. And I believe that's all from the fridge. My rice, as I said, I dropped it on the floor, so it's already over here and washed. Have a pineapple ready to go. I'm going to show you my spice drawer because I didn't show you my spice drawer before. I think you're going to like it. My mom actually had that idea. So there's my coconut aminos, my peppers, my cutting board is ready, my knife is ready, and then my garbage bowl. You know, Rachel always had a garbage bowl, and I really appreciated that because it's like chop and drop. She chopped her vegetables and she put her ends in there, and that's going to go in the compost bin. So let's give you a little look at this spice drawer. She had a really good idea. So I'm definitely going to get some coriander. I do like a little cinnamon rolling with some parsley flakes. And then I'll definitely go over here and get my onion powder and garlic powder. But I have fresh garlic and onion too, so definitely need my salt. And I'll need some pepper. There we go. Hear it? It's almost boiling. Boils a lot faster than it does on the stove. 30 minutes. We're 4 minutes in almost. Now, the salt definitely needs to be in the rice, right? We want our rice flavored. So this rice, I'm going to go ahead and put in the pan. A little bit of salt in that, not a whole lot, but a little bit. How do you like these camera wheels going? So all about a teaspoon of salt. Okay, teaspoon of salt ready to go. If you wanted to. I'm just gonna do the salt because it's gonna be flavored afterward. As soon as I hear that boiling, I'm gonna take it off and put it in the rice. I'm gonna read this recipe to you because I want you to see how you can change things up. All right, so this is a jasmine rice. It says that I'm going to bring my water to a boil. I'm going to stir in the rice. I'm going to cover and heat for 15 minutes or until all the water is absorbed. So that'll be that. The pineapple fried rice is on here and it sounded really good. So it's a cup of the rice, a can of pineapple tidbits. I have a real one, fresh pineapple. It's 4 green onions, 1 red chili, and 2 sprigs of cilantro. I don't have that, but I do have some celery leaves. Um, Fresh shrimp, I'm not using that. I'm using turkey meatballs. It says 3 tablespoons of oil divided. I'm not doing that. I have a green pan. I'm going to do a teaspoon of coconut oil. 1 teaspoon versus 3 tablespoons. You're going to see the difference. It's going to be off. It's going to be really good. 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to cut that to 1 because it doesn't need all that garlic. 1 teaspoon of fish sauce. I'm not going to do that. And 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to do the coconut aminos. And it says 1 teaspoon of sugar and cilantro for garnish. I don't put sugar in my main meals. Nope, don't need it, don't want it, not doing it. So your pineapple's sweet enough. It's sweet enough to do that, right? So the water's boiling. I'm going to get back going. I've already washed these peppers. So I'm going to chop them up, put that in my garbage bowl. I'm going to slide that in the oven so that it has its nice little roasting on it. And I'm going to roast the garlic too. Here for about 15 minutes. It's going to go in the oven to roast. All right. So I'm going to take this ground turkey and do put here. See this. I have a little bit of coriander here. I definitely want that in my sausage. And that's some parsley flakes. Remember, it's going to be two separate ones. So I definitely want to split that up. I'm not ready for it. I'm going to chop my onion first. So I will get a bowl for my turkey. So we're going to do half of that. And make our flavors. Coriander, about a teaspoon, tablespoon. Some parsley flakes, onion powder. You want your meatballs to be really nice and flavored. So at least a teaspoon of pepper. And that is a little bit of oil. Because turkey is so minimal, there's about a teaspoon or two of avocado oil. And then I'm going to take a fork and stir that up. And I want these to be like a Turkish meatball, so I'm going to add some cinnamon to it. Just like the flavor. The flavor is really good. Ground Ceylon cinnamon coming up. The rice is boiling over here on the stove. This smells so good. I love the smell of cinnamon. Don't you love the smell of cinnamon? Just gonna give it that earthy flavor. Really good. All right. So here's my pan. Just gonna take these, create some little meatballs. This will be enough for 2 meals for us. If you have a pretty large family, this will probably be good for your family for tonight. But for me and my husband, I'll be putting one in the freezer for next week. So, and the rice will be the same. It'll be 2 servings of rice. He can have one for lunch tomorrow. He can put it in the freezer and take it the next week. And that's the good thing. If your family doesn't like leftovers, they can always be frozen, put in the freezer for the following week. They're not going to lose their flavor. They're not going to lose any of the nutritional value. I have 18 minutes left, so I think these meatballs, if they're at 375 degrees, they'll be ready. I think I'm gonna have to make them a little bit smaller to be ready in that amount of time. We'll see. I've never actually timed myself doing these meals. Interesting. Interesting way to do it. See, it's all being recorded, but it's as is. Hear that boiling back there? About to burn the house down. Y'all just don't even know. Yeah, that's too big. I want that to cook quicker. You can make them as big or as small as you want, but I don't know if you're gonna get it finished in 30 minutes, right? Yeah. good. Everything smells good. As long as it tastes good, it smells good. It's the method, right? It's the method we're after. If I don't get it finished in 30 minutes, well, we'll see. Definitely need them in the oven though. Yeah, these are way more meatballs than he and I will eat in one meal. So it will definitely make a couple meals for us. Hey, we might have family come over, right? Might have some surprise visitors. That's always fun. I'm sorry, I'm taking way too much time on these. Okay, here we go. It is what it is. In the oven, 375 degrees. Roughly 15 minutes, right? My roasted pepper. Yeah. The rice is boiling away. Not with a very good lid either. So then I've got, I'm going to make my turkey sausage. My turkey sausage is not going to have the cinnamon in it. No cinnamon in turkey sausage, okay? It's going to have, let me wash my hand. What am I doing? I'm going to wash my hand. I'm going to touch that turkey. Keep it clean, keep it clean. All right, I'm going to have to get this skillet ready. So there's some onion powder. There's my pepper. Now I've got one of my chili. Chili, it's a red pepper. Tiny red pepper. It's a tiny bit. You don't need a whole lot. They call for chilies. And I've got some chili sauce. I could do some chili sauce in it. You could do some red pepper flakes, right? Because that's what's in a lot of them. There's some on the back. So I will heat up my skillet here in just a second. Get these patties ready. I'm going to put a little bit of parsley flakes in there. Definitely, I'm going to put a little bit of coconut amino in there just to give it some extra flavor. And then I'm going to put my avocado oil, just a little bit. I'll stir it up. I think a little bit of garlic in that would be good too. And you know what? It needs salt. Definitely needs some salt. Coconut aminos have a little bit of salt. Mix that up good. Salt. There it is. About 15 minutes, guys. Not doing too bad. About a teaspoon of salt. Mix that up. I'm gonna put this in the sink. I'm gonna grab a skillet. I'm gonna put the lid on. I put it on a 3 because the green peas only can go up to a 3. Put my lid on that to keep it warm. Clean up my mat. And one messy little pot right there. I'll try to use the Instant Pot next time. Let's turn that down so my rice doesn't burn. That's what we'll do. It's getting hot. We have our salted turkey, seasoned sausage. And we're going to move over here to the stove and make some sausage patties. Don't need much, about a teaspoon. That's about all we need. That's all we need. Toast up on really high heat. to get it done in 30 minutes. Let's see. That's off. This is on. Get our patties going here. Yeah, why not fix breakfast and dinner at the same time, right? This is going to be for the rest of the week for us. You have teenagers at home, probably more breakfast for the next morning, but that's what we've got here. We've got 10 minutes left. Keep it clean, keep it clean. All right, I'm gonna have to get the skillet ready. So there's some onion powder. There's more pepper. Now I've got one of my chili. Chili, it's a red pepper. Tiny red pepper. Just a tiny bit. You don't need a whole lot. They call for chilies, and I've got some chili sauce. I could do some chili sauce in it. You could do some red pepper flakes, right? 'Cause that's what's in a lot of them. There's some on the bucket. So I will heat up my skillet here in just a second. Get these patties ready. I'm gonna put a little bit of parsley flakes in there. Definitely, I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut amino in there just to give it some extra flavor. And then I'm gonna put my olive oil, just a little bit. I'll stir it up. Like a little bit of garlic in that would be good too. And you know what? It needs salt. Definitely needs some salt. Coconut aminos have a little bit of salt. Mix that up good. Salt. There it is. About 15 minutes, guys. Not doing too bad. About a teaspoon of salt. Mix that up. I'm gonna put this in the sink. I'm gonna grab a skillet. I'm gonna put the lid on it. I'm gonna put it on a 30 because the green peas only can go up to a 30. Put my lid on that to keep it warm. Clean up my mat. One messy little pot right there. So you rinse the pot next time. Let's turn that down so my rice doesn't burn. That's what we'll do. It's It's getting hot. We have our salted turkey, seasoned sausage. And we're going to move over here to the stove and make some sausage patties. Don't need much, about a teaspoon. That's about all we need. That's all we need. Toast it on really high heat to get it done in 30 minutes. Let's see. That's off. This is on. Get our patties going here. Yeah, why not fix breakfast and dinner at the same time, right? This is going to be for the rest of the week for us. You have teenagers at home, probably more breakfast for the next morning, but that's what we've got here. We've got 10 minutes left. What I have to do is wash my hands really good, of course. Cut up my pineapple and get that ready. Tomorrow, just have to pull these out of the fridge and warm them up for breakfast. Some English muffins would be good with that. So those are going to make a little bit. On the bottom of that turkey package, we don't want that to contaminate our pineapple. That's it. Nine minutes. I'm going to get another skillet ready. I'm going to put it on low. And that's going to be for my pineapples and my rice. My pineapple fried rice. We'll see. I'm going to get some coconut oil in that too. See, where's my coconut? So I'm going to get that nice and hot and get that going. Then it takes probably an hour to clean it all up, right? How it always was at home. Do you have help? You have people helping you out? Nice. Get on this. Check on our meatballs. They're going to be done. Ooh, that looks good though. All right. So I want my garlic and my pepper. It's already soft. Love that. Love that it's soft. That way it's gonna mash nice and easy. I can't wait to taste the pineapple in that. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna flavor it good. And I'm gonna cook them together because they're already half cooked. When I roasted them in the oven just for about 5-10 minutes, that got them nice and soft and ready to be cooked. So this is going to go in my pan with my coconut aminos. Teaspoon of coconut oil. Don't need that. I give it a ton of flavor. Until this pineapple gets there. Good. Tomato vine's about ready to go. We have a lemon balm here. Have some rosemary, but let's just get some of this green onion. Actually, it's chives. So there we go. We'll get that. We'll wash it off and put it in our pineapple rice. And we've got about 6 minutes left. I could be in a hurry to cook anyway. I have kids at home anymore. If you do, I feel for you. I'm telling you, because that's a hard job. Hard job to be a full-time mom, a full-time worker, and get your family fed healthy. And God doesn't want us striving like that. God doesn't want us worrying about stuff. He wants to take care of us. And He wants us to have goodness from His garden, right? I'm going to add the rice to this bowl. See off the back of the rice package. How awesome is that? So here's a little plate. When the meatballs are finished, they'll go on this rice and we'll taste this rice, but it's good. So I want you to see this. How pretty this is. That's some pretty rice right there. With some Turkish meatballs on top. It's going to be delicious. They're going to need another at least 5 minutes. Let's see what this tastes like. Not my recipe, guys. It's good stuff. You can't go wrong with pineapple and peppers and garlic. So that's a keeper right there. So it's on the back of your jasmine rice. I just did a teaspoon of the coconut oil with the garlic and the red pepper. I used chives instead of cilantro. I didn't have a red chili. I didn't have shrimp. I used 1 teaspoon of coconut oil instead of 3 tablespoons of oil. So winner there. And we used our coconut aminos. Probably maybe a couple of teaspoons is all. And then our fresh pineapple. You could totally use canned pineapple. It's not a big deal. And then when the meatballs are finished, they'll go on top. So that's it. I'll send you a picture. I'll post the recipe and you can do your first 30-minute meal, hopefully quicker than I did. You have a great day. And remember, zeal. Lead your family with zeal. We want to do that, don't we? Zeal for the Lord and zeal for the love of the Lord and zeal for the love of our families because we love them so much and we want so much for them to be healthy and be happy and to live life to the fullest because that's what Jesus calls us to do, live life to the fullest. So I hope this is helpful for you. This is my tribute to Rachel Ray's 30-minute meals and I'm going to do better. This was my first time. I think I did too bad. It's got about 5 more minutes for the turkey meatballs. We'll see what happens. Thanks. Have a great day.